Hello everybody, I am super excited to be doing this little training session today on the new Nature Solutions class. I just really want to assure you that the brand new class that we have is absolutely incredible, and I have been teaching it quite a few times now and I absolutely love it. I've always had really great feedback in the classes, and I just want to show you that you can keep it really, really simple. It doesn't need to be overwhelming or over the top with lots of information. The best thing about this class is please just keep it simple. Don't feel like you need to memorize the Modern Essentials book back to front before you start teaching. Just make sure you're getting in front of people, opening the oils and taking them through the info, and I can guarantee you magic happens. Oftentimes we get stuck in the preparation mode where we feel like we need to learn everything and know everything off by heart, but when you do that, oftentimes you can go into too much information, you can overwhelm your class attendees. So keep it simple. I'm going to take you through the class today. Now, I'm going to be reading from the Australian version here. I'm going to be bringing one up on the screen, but the one on the screen is not a latest version. So some of the things I will be mentioning will be in the one that you have when you buy it from the back office. So I'm going to start, and whenever I start a class, I always introduce myself and share my story. So for me, my story is that I got involved with the essential oils because we were trying for a baby and our first pregnancy hadn't worked out. So for us, we were in a really hard time in our lives, and we were really focused on what we were eating and what exercise we were doing, but I'd never ever thought about what I was putting on my skin or using around my home. And you know, I got chatting to a friend one day after I cleaned the shower with bleach and realized that, you know, maybe I should be looking into something different here. And they mentioned that I should start cleaning with essential oils. So I thought, oh, it got me thinking. And yeah, that was the beginning of an amazing journey. I now use no chemical cleaners in my home, and I've realized the essential oils can help for mental, physical and emotional support, and I'm really excited to have you here in the class today and to be taking you through some different ways that you can use the oils really simply and effectively in your homes. So we're going to be covering the Nature Solutions class flyers that you have in front of you. If you open up to the fourth and fifth page, if you open up towards the middle, you'll notice that there is actually a price list. So with the price list here, you can, what I recommend is I'm going to be going through a lot of oils. So I do recommend if there's anything that I'm covering and you think, oh my gosh, this is amazing, this really resonates, put a little smiley face or a tick next to that. And if towards the end of the class, if you've forgotten what that oil does, I can remind you. So it's a fantastic way just to sort of keep note and keep track. So know that that price list is there for you. But how does that sound with everyone? It's going to be really relaxed, really comfortable, and I really hope you enjoy it. And everyone says, yeah, great. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see the sections that I'm covering. So this is the Nature Solutions class here. There will be a couple of minor changes that I make. Feel free to make notes and use those in your classes as you go through. So firstly, today we're going to be covering some natural solutions for healthy, empowered living around the home. So I'm going to be helping you to introduce essential oils and products into your daily routine. So you have choices. So you have a modern approach and also a holistic approach. So when we think about a modern approach, oftentimes when you go to a doctor and you say you've got whatever wrong, XYZ wrong, they'll look at your symptoms and they'll say, okay, so we're going to treat this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, and oftentimes they'll give you a chemical cocktail of whatever, whatever prescription that they think will fix that. Now, oftentimes those prescriptions are made from isolated synthetic agents, and a lot of the time, a lot of these medicines have side effects. Some are known and some are unknown. It's really interesting to note that it is a $6.5 trillion a year spent industry on global healthcare. So there's $6.5 trillion spent a year on healthcare. But the question is, are we any healthier? So yeah, so it's just this question here, are we any healthier? Have to think about that. So if you think about the modern approach, it's produced by man, it addresses symptoms, and there are still needs that are that remain. So if you're looking at the little triangle here, you can see that the bulk with modern approach, it's all about symptoms, and it doesn't really address the root cause. Now, if you look at the holistic approach, I want to say here that I believe that both the modern approach and the holistic approach can work together really, really well. But what I love about the holistic approach is it addresses the body's needs and root causes. It's extracted from plants. It enhances overall health and well-being. And there are safe benefits without the side effects. Now, you can see here it's produced by nature. It addresses the root cause and it meets the body's needs. So you can see the root cause in this triangle here is the main component of holistic medicine. It doesn't we don't focus on the symptoms, we focus on the root cause. Now I'm going to pass around some wild orange essential oil because I love this oil. It's a great way to start the class. It's incredibly uplifting. I'm going to pass that around for everyone to have a smell. Put a drop on your palms, rub your palms together, cup over your face and take a deep breath in. It is an absolutely beautiful oil, especially in the mornings if you're feeling a bit low or flat, or if you're just having a crappy day and you need a little bit of a lift. It's pretty much happiness in a bottle. I absolutely love it. And you can use this oil internally, topically and aromatically, and I'll talk you through some options with that soon. If you love hot chocolates, a drop of wild orange in a hot chocolate is amazing. But I'll talk more about that shortly. Okay, so a question that often comes up is, are essential oils effective? So essential oils are sourced from nature, they're effective and they're safe. So they're naturally derived aromatic compounds extracted and distilled from plants for health benefits. Now, if you're looking at the essential oil when it's in a plant, like an example here would be the peppermint essential oil. So the peppermint leaf, if you magnify that, you can see these little beadlets here, and they're the little oil sacs that are on the leaves. So what the peppermint essential oil does is it protects the essential oil from things, from molds, funguses, viruses, and bacteria. So when we use the oils on our skin, it actually helps us to do the same. So it really helps to boost our immune system and keep us healthy and well. And you can notice with this little cell here that essential oils pass through the cell membrane. So they help fight off threats inside and outside the cell. So you can see in this little picture here, it's a great little graphic about that. Now, they're incredibly potent. So back to the peppermint essential oil, 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's an incredibly powerful, potent remedy. And what I love is less is always more. So with the essential oils, don't feel like you need to smother yourselves in the oils to get the benefits. You can actually use a really small amount, and yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So there's a new standard of quality with essential oils. So a lot of people say, you know, what's the difference between this essential oil or any other essential oil that I can get from the shops? So the difference between this is doTERRA's essential oils equal high quality. So there's a new quality of essential oils on the market. So at the moment, there are lots of different oils you can buy. You've got synthetic, you've got food grade, you've got therapeutic grade, and you've got certified pure therapeutic grade. Now, the difference between that, now synthetic, unfortunately, the essential oil industry is unregulated. So there's a lot of companies out there that say they have pure essential oils, but when you actually look into it, they do no quality testing on their oils, and they actually add things like alcohols, synthetics, and impurities, and they get away with it because the essential oil industry is unregulated. Now, doTERRA wanted to make a difference, and they are the only essential oil company in the world that do such a huge range of tests. Every single batch of oils that goes through to be sold to us as consumers gets tested a minimum of 2 times before going out to market. And if anything was ever to show up on those tests as any sort of impurity, it doesn't get sold, which I think is absolutely incredible. What I love about that is doTERRA are very transparent. So you can actually go on the website sourcetoyou.com, and you can actually look up the barcodes that are on the bottom of your essential oil bottles, and you can find out what that particular batch was tested at. So they're incredibly transparent, and I absolutely love that. So they're tested and trusted. The plants are harvested in their natural habitat. They're verified pure. They're free of fillers, harmful contaminants, and there's stringent third-party testing to ensure authenticity and potency, as I was talking about earlier. Now, the great thing about the fact that the plants are harvested in their natural habitat is the fact that you're getting the right amount of sun, rain, all those optimal conditions to get a really high-quality plant, which in turn means a really high-quality essential oil. The other thing that I love about doTERRA's essential oils is they do a lot of testing to ensure that the oils are incredibly potent and they have the correct chemical makeup of the essential oil to get optimal benefit from your body. And a lot of essential oil companies don't do that. Well, most essential oil companies don't do any testing whatsoever. So I love that not only are you getting high quality pure essential oils, you're also getting a high quality potent essential oil as well. So that's a little bit about the testing. Now, there's 3 ways to use essential oils, and I'm going to go into this really simply. You've got aromatic use, you've got topical use, and you've also got a food additive or internal use, otherwise known as internal use. So with aromatic use can be as simple as popping a drop on your palm and breathing in. So I'm going to pass around the peppermint essential oil for everyone to have a really good smell of. So peppermint essential oil is incredible for respiratory support. It's also good for head tension. So if you're getting a bit of a headache, peppermint oil is incredible. And I'll talk about a way to use that topically in a second. But, you know, the brilliant way to use the oils aromatically is with a diffuser. So I have my diffuser running over in the corner here. A diffuser is very different to a vaporizer, which uses heat, or, you know, an oil burner, which uses the candle and, of course, the flame. It works on a vibration. It just pretty much vibrates the water that's in the diffuser, and then diffuses it into the air. What I love about that is there's so many ways that you can use in a diffuser. My favorite is if you've got that person who comes over and says, I've been sick all week, and you think, why are you in my house? What you can say to them is, that's okay. We actually don't even need to say this to them, but what I love is I can put on some really great immune boosting oils, and I don't have to have that awkward conversation with them to ask them to leave. It freshens the air, it kills all the germs in the air, and it's just a lovely beautiful way to use the essential oils. You can use the oils in the diffuser for sleep, to help you wake up in the morning, just to calm your mood if you've had a bit of a crazy day. So many different ways, very versatile, and I love that. The next way to use the oils is topically. So topical use, we always recommend diluting with the carrier oil. Now, what I recommend is the fractionated coconut oil. So I don't have my bottle here, but fractionated coconut oil we supply through doTERRA, and it's been lightly heated, so the long chain triglycerides have been removed, which means it's always liquid. So very different to your virgin coconut oil that you would buy at the shop that goes hard in winter. What I love about that is it soaks into the skin really quickly. The other benefit is it's called a carrier oil because it actually carries the essential oil into the bloodstream. So I was talking earlier about a topical use for peppermint would be for head tension. So you could dilute and just put that onto your temples and the back of your neck, and that will soothe the head tension right down. So that's incredibly fantastic when you feel a lot of pressure in your head and you just had a big day. Peppermint's very soothing in that way. But topical use, always recommend diluting the essential oils. And there's a lot of ways that you can use the oils topically, with cuts and scratches. If you just need some oils on the chest to help you calm down if you've had a really stressful day. There's so many different ways that you can use the oils topically. One of my favorites is by using Ice Blue. So Ice Blue is our soothing muscle rub. It's amazing for pre and post exercise. It's also great if you can convince someone to give you a deep tissue massage. And it's also very comforting for the skin, especially in elderly if they have sore hands or sore joints. It's absolutely incredible. My personal favorite is for period pain. I love rubbing that onto my lower back, and it helps keep me very pain-free, which is nice. The third way is as a food additive or internal use. So there's a few different ways that you can use the oils internally. I know the picture here talks about lemon, but I'm actually going to talk about On Guard, which is our immune boosting blend. So On Guard is a powerful immune boosting oil. You can also use On Guard topically by diluting and rolling down the spine, but it's great for boosting the immune system. So I love having On Guard. And you can take that in a little veggie capsule with some olive oil, and that just helps keep you really healthy and well. It's also internal use. I like to say it's like pimping your food. So you can use it for, in your bliss balls. I always recommend using a fat when you're using the oils internally, just because the oils are so potent, it helps your body to digest them. But I make some lemon bliss balls and they're absolutely divine. You can also add them to, if you make a chocolate smoothie, add a drop of peppermint, you've got a chocolate mint smoothie. Or if you do like a savory dish and you want to make a pasta, you can make a really lovely dressing with some oregano essential oil or basil essential oil, whatever your preference is there. So there's lots of options to use the oils. Now, not all essential oils can be used in food, and it's not because they're not pure, it's because they're from a plant that you wouldn't normally ingest. So as I said, whenever I'm talking about internal use, always use doTERRA. However, make sure you check the side. So for example, this is our Smart and Sassy blend. If you look at the side here, it says flavoring use, so you can use that one in food. But something like Ice Blue, if you look on the side, it says topical use only. So really important to keep that in mind. So they're the aromatic, topical, and internal use. Now this section here is just a little section that I like to add. It's when we open up to the Healthy Empowered Living page, so Live Empowered page. So I want you to have a look at that, and I want you to think, does this page look familiar to you? What does it look like? And most people will go, oh, it looks like a medicine cabinet. So exactly. So what you're looking at here is a 100% natural medicine cabinet. So what we've done is we've done our best to completely get rid of all the toxic chemicals around the home to really reduce the toxic load around our home and keep us really healthy and well. So when we're looking at the top shelf, these items are items that help you be prepared. The second shelf are items that help you be refreshed with self-care. And the third shelf items are items that help you be healthy with daily products. So these are the three shelves. And we're going to play a really fun game here. And I'm going to ask you some questions. And what I want you to do is I want you to rate yourself between 1 and 10. Now I'm going to ask 5 questions. So feel free to write the numbers 1 to 5 and you can put a little answer, a little number next to these as we go through. So I want you to rate yourself between 1 and 10, with 10 being optimal health and 1 being not so great. And the reason why I'm going to ask you these questions is it's a really great activity to get you thinking about what's going on in your own homes, because oftentimes we can be so busy that we don't actually think about what's going on in our own homes. So I just thought that this would be a really lovely thing to do here, and just getting you feeling just getting a bit more of an idea about what's going on. Now, what I want you to realize here is I don't want you to get overwhelmed with all the information we're going through. So if you can change 1 thing a week for a year, that's 52 things you've changed by the end of that year. So that's massive change. So don't feel like you need to change everything at once. You can really change things you can change things like small changes over a long period of time. And that's massive change. So now, question 1. So again, we're going to have the 5 questions and I want you to rate between 1 and 10. So question 1, do you have natural options to reach for when you feel unwell? So think immune support, head tension, hormonal issues, respiratory support. Do you have a natural first aid kit? Do you get an upset tummy? So rate yourself between 1 and 10. Question 2, how would you rate your overall quality of sleep and your stress levels? And rate yourself between 1 and 10. Question 3, do you have natural options to reach for when you have sore muscles? And rate those between 1 and 10. Question 4, do you have a nutritionally balanced diet? And rate those ones between 1 and 10. And did you know that doTERRA's best-selling product is not actually our oils, it's our amazing Lifelong Vitality Pack supplements. So they're a therapeutic grade supplement range and they're absolutely incredible. And I'll chat more about that later, but they provide you with a huge variety of much needed vitamins and minerals. So I'll talk about that shortly. And question 5 is, how is your toxic load around the home? So what do you currently use to clean your carpets, your windows, your kitchen, your bathroom? Are the daily products that you use natural? So think about your shampoo, your conditioner, your hand wash, your toothpaste, your deodorant. Rate that between 1 and 10. Get you thinking about how much you're sort of exposed to on a daily basis. So now that you've got your 5 questions that you've rated, I want you to have a look at your scores, and I want you to think about, how do you think you'd feel if you could move your scores up a few numbers? Feel pretty positive, huh? And how do you think you'd feel if you don't achieve your goals? I just want you to have a think about that. Probably not great. And the final question is, why do you think so many people are looking for natural solutions? I'd love to hear from you. And so in this point, I give a couple of minutes for them to answer. So now we're going to actually look at the next page. Now this is a really great section, because what I want you to do is I want you to write down 3 things that you want to feel less of and 3 things that you want to feel more of. So do you want to feel less tired? Do you want to feel less stressed? Do you want to feel less sleepy? Do you want to feel less, do you want to feel more energized? Do you want to feel happier? So write those down. And I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to write those down. And towards the end, I'm actually going to come around to each of you and go through these with you and give you some options. If we haven't covered in the class today, I'm just going to give you some options that may be really helpful for you. Okay, so after I've given them a couple of minutes to write those down, I come back and we're going to go through the simple ways to use essential oils daily. So we're going to cover a few of our favorite oils here. And literally what I do in this section is I pretty much read off this. So when I'm talking about Easy Air, I'll go through these, but if there's something else that I think about, I will talk about that as well. So Easy Air, for example, I go through these and I read these out to them, but I also talk about the fact that it's fantastic to help with snoring. And I also talk about, the sniffles, and I'll give some really great examples. What I love doing is using an example of myself and how I've used Easy Air, and I talk about it there. Now, this section here, you only need to talk about really simple parts. Like, you don't need to go into detail. It's really simple because you don't want to overwhelm everyone. So past tense is the tension blend. So great for when you've got tension in the head or the neck. So I talk about how I love using that when I get home from work and I'm feeling a little bit tense. Digestin is the digestive blend. So I love using the story about my husband and how he was converted to essential oils because he really realized that this helped when he had a bit of indigestion, and and it's really helped him. So I use that as an example, but I also talk about the fact that it's great for when you're feeling blocked up, when you've got the runs, if you've eaten something that you wouldn't normally eat and it's made you feel unwell. Digestin's fantastic. Tea tree is fantastic. And I talk about the fact that it's great for using around your home to clean with because of all its properties that help kill off bacteria. And I talk about the fact that it's brilliant for cuts and scratches and to use topically as part of the first aid kit. We've got lavender being very calming, not only for the mind, but also for the skin. So cuts, scratches, bug bites, burns. I also talk about the fact it's great if you add it to a spray bottle of water, you can use it as a decrinkler. So you can use it to spray your clothes so that you don't have to iron. So and also you can use it at night to help you sleep. I've got Lavender Peace, which is the restful and calming blend. So I use that personally with Asher to help him sleep at night and help him keep him really calm. It's one of my favorite calming blends. I just rub it on my chest with a little bit of coconut oil, and it's just a beautiful calming oil. I talk about the fractionated coconut oil, but we spoke about that with topical use, so I don't really go into that again here. Aromatouch. So Aromatouch is the massage blend. So it's incredible to use for calming. You can also add it to the bath with some Epsom salts, and it's great for massages as well. So and I talk about the fact that a lot of people love using them in day spas because it's a very relaxing blend. Frankincense, I love talking about frankincense. So frankincense is one of the oils that completely changed my life. I talk about the fact that I put a drop under my tongue at night to turn off that racing mind when I have anxious feelings and I can't sleep. I also talk about the fact that it's incredible to use on the skin. So I put a drop on my palm, rub my palms together, and use on my face as my moisturizer, because I realized that when I used to use a moisturizer, an anti-aging moisturizer, I couldn't actually pronounce anything on the back of the packet with the ingredients. So I love that all I use now is coconut oil and the frankincense, and my skin has never been better. I also talk about the fact that frankincense is pretty much the king of oils. So it's great for relaxation, it's great for cellular health, nerve pain, it's great for muscle pain. I talk about all of these things in the class. Lemon essential oil. So lemon essential oil is incredibly detoxifying. It neutralizes odors. I dilute it in a spray bottle. It's very uplifting. I dilute it in a spray bottle with vinegar and water, 50-50 vinegar and water, and 10 drops of lemon essential oil. It's a perfect window cleaner. I can also add On Guard essential oil because that is amazing for cleaning as well. It contains clove, and clove kills mold. And I love adding it to a warm water with a little bit of honey in the mornings, or if I have a sore throat. brilliant for neutralizing odors with the carpets. I get half a cup of bicarb, add 10 drops of lemon, give it a shake, and sprinkle over the carpets. And yeah, works really, really well. Vacuum it up after about 10 minutes. And then, of course, we have Smart and Sassy. So Smart and Sassy is our metabolic blend. It is amazing to boost the metabolism. It aids in weight loss and actually stops sugar cravings. So a lot of people love adding that to their water, and it's incredible to just stop if you want to eat that entire bar of chocolate at night. The only other oil I love talking about here is Clary Calm. So Clary Calm, it's not listed here and you don't have to, but it's one of my favorites. So Clary Calm is our hormone support blend. And I talk about the fact that it's great around that time of the month, but also helping women in all stages of life. So from teens going through their hormonal changes all the way through to menopause, to help with night sweats and any of those sort of symptoms as well. So I love passing that around, and I just think it's a beautiful addition to the class. So there are our main oils that we're going to talk about today, and I'm not going to go into any more because I don't want to overwhelm you with too many options, but know that we have a lot of options for all of your different ailments. The next thing I want to briefly talk about is our doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. So we have 3 different amazing tablets in our Lifelong Vitality Pack, so 3 components. We have our Microplex VMZ, we have our Alpha CRX, and our EOX Mega. So the Microplex provides 22 essential vitamins and minerals for the maintenance of good health. It's a source of antioxidants to help you fight, protect against, and reduce cell damage by free radicals. It's absolutely amazing for that. And it aids in digestion and supports a healthy immune system. These are therapeutic grade supplements, so they've actually been they're registered with the TGA, so the Therapeutic Goods Australia, and they're absolutely incredible quality. You also have the Alpha CRX, which is a digestive enzyme, helps to support liver function and provides antioxidants to help protect cells against oxidative damage. And then you also have XEO Mega. So XEO Mega is a source of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. It helps support cardiovascular and cognitive health, and it helps in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus for the development and maintenance of bones. So it's our #1 product, and it has a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So again, the Microplex VMZ is a whole food multivitamin and mineral. The Alpha CRX is an antioxidant for cellular energy and longevity, and the EOX Mega is amazing omega-3, 6, 9 fatty acids and 9 essential oils. So they're absolutely incredible. So if you're interested in supplementing and you're realizing that you're not actually getting your proper range of vitamins and minerals throughout the day, this is an amazing product. And if you don't like them, you can actually try them out, and if you don't like them after 30 days, you can actually send the empty bottles back. But trust me, no one ever sends them back because they're just so incredible. So these are the so that's the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Now, the thing I love about doTERRA is, and I hope you've really enjoyed today's class, and one thing I'd like to ask is it okay if I talk you through the different ways that you can access the oils and the different benefits and discounts that you can get as a member? And everyone's going to say, yeah, of course, please do. So I say, okay, great. So what I love about doTERRA is the fact that when you get started with essential oils, my biggest passion is making sure that I don't just leave you by yourself with oils. I'm actually there to guide you step by step through the oils, how to use them, and we provide a huge amount of support and resources. We have a online Facebook group, we do online courses, we have ebooks and all sorts of things that I'll be able to share with you after today. And of course, you get a one-on-one with myself, and we actually take you through a wellness consult to get you feeling really comfortable using your oils when they arrive. So there's a couple of ways that you can get started. Now, you can either get started with a $35 membership and create a custom order, and that's by picking and choosing a couple of oils to create a custom order. However, what I actually recommend is the most intelligent way to buy is with a kit. So with a kit, there's a couple of different options. The first one that I will recommend is the Nature Solutions kit. So this is actually the kit that we talked to today. Now, the Nature Solutions kit is your bee's knees kit. So it has our top 10 essential oils. It also has a huge range of extras like Clary Calm, which was the hormone blend, Past Tense, which is the tension blend. You've also got our 10 most popular essential oils that you can use around the home, coconut oil, some extra products like toxin-free hand wash, fluoride-free toothpaste, a natural muscle rub, a natural Vicks rub, and some extra oils to support emotional and physical health as well. So this is the kit you dive into if you're wanting to get started and try and change as much as you possibly can. So this is the Nature's Solutions kit. It is $635, and you save a total of $221 with the opportunity to get 100 free product points, which is about 150 Australian dollars worth of free products that you can choose. So that's the Nature's Solutions kit. You also, the other option that I love recommending is the Home Essentials kit. So the Home Essentials kit is definitely one of our best sellers as well. So with the Home Essentials kit, I will just run you through some of the specials with that. So all of the kits come with free membership, so you don't have to pay that $35 membership. Now, you also get access to our top 10 essential oils, a free diffuser, and the oils are heavily discounted. So if we're looking at frankincense as an example, frankincense is normally a $120 at retail. When you buy it in this kit, it averages out at $33. So you're saving a huge amount. And you're actually saving, I think it's $121. Let me just check. Pretty sure it's 121. So in that kit, $130 you save with the Home Essentials kit, so heavily discounted. And then of course we also have the Family Essentials kit as well, which is kind of like the Home Essentials kit where you have the same oils, but it's our mini bottles. So instead of getting 15 ml full size bottles, you get tiny bottles. So it's a great starter kit if you're wanting to just taste the oils, but it just doesn't have as great a discount as the Home Essentials or the Nature's Solutions kit. So there are our top three essential oils. Sorry, it's top three essential oil kits that you can access. Now, the other way that I want to mention is the smartest way to buy is also becoming a part of the Loyalty Rewards program. So what you can also do when you are a member, you actually get access to our Loyalty Rewards program. Now, what this allows you to do is as a member, you get 25% off all of your oils anyway, but this allows you to get up to an additional 30% back in product points. And so you can actually start on 10%, and every time you order, you get 10% back. And the longer that you're ordering, you get up to 30% back. And so it's a monthly ordering, and you can actually build up your collection, and you can also start swapping out some of the other products that you might be using around the home, like your cleaning products, your toothpaste, your shampoo and conditioner, and start swapping them out for natural things. And they're things you'd be buying normally every month, but you're able to get some discounts and specials back on that. So it's an absolutely incredible program, but we can go through that a little bit more in detail in your wellness consult as well. So the other thing that I mentioned briefly before is the fact that we have a huge humanitarian side. So I highly recommend, if you didn't note that down before, please check out our Co-Impact Sourcing and Healing Hands Foundation. You can actually check that out on our website, doterra.com.au, in the Our Caring stage, but I highly our caring section, I should say, but I highly recommend checking out the Healing Hands Foundation on YouTube and watching a few of those videos. Have some tissues ready because they're absolutely incredible. But what I wanted to talk to you about is that we have an amazing business opportunity with doTERRA, and I would feel wrong not sharing that with you. So there's 3 ways that you can become a member. Now, what I want to assure you is that when you become a member, there is absolutely never any pressure to do the business side or anything that you don't want to do. But I want to share with you the business opportunity because it's completely changed my life, and I absolutely love it. So if you want to just get started with the oils, and you just want to use the oils for personal use, then you just want to live the doTERRA lifestyle, start swapping out some of your toxic products around the home, and just living a healthier life, then you can live the wellness lifestyle. However, if you're finding you're absolutely loving the oils and you want to share those with others, I highly recommend reaching out to me and we can chat. If you think that you would have some family or friends that would be interested in seeing one of my classes, please let me know, and I'd love to come and teach for you. And you can actually get some oils for free and earn some commission from that. And so you can share really casually. Or if you want to be like myself, you can actually do this as a full-time business. So I never ever I never imagined that I'd have my own business. And doTERRA has really completely changed our lives. So I've been, and feel free if you're watching this and you need an example, feel free to use my story as an example if you don't feel comfortable at the moment sharing your own story in this. But for me, I started my business and we were in an incredibly difficult financial situation. We were in lots of credit card debt, and I was 38 weeks pregnant, and my husband decided that he wanted to start his own business. And so we went from 2 incomes down to half an income, which was pretty scary at the time. And what I started doing is, by this point, I'd had the oils for about a year. I was just living the wellness lifestyle, and I had casually started sharing the oils with others. And then I decided after my son was born that I was just loving it so much. And I was getting so much joy out of helping people. Every time a friend had a sore belly, I'd be passing them an essential oil. And I just was loving it. And it just really started to snowball into a business. And I decided to do this as a full-time thing. Within the space of 18 months, I completely replaced my corporate income, and I get so much joy out of literally having, doing one-on-ones and small classes like this one to just really guide you through the oils. So if you think that helping others with their health and you'd like to create your own business, please let me know, and I can plug you into those resources as well. So you've got the 3 different ways that you can use doTERRA, and what I love is it's very much a choose your own adventure. So even if you just wanted to share casually so you get your oils paid for and covered for free, you can do that, and there's never any pressure to go further. But I highly, highly recommend looking into the business opportunity, because it has just been such a joy to do this, and it's just changed my life. And so I'm very passionate about that. But I really hope you've enjoyed today's class. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to come around to each of you individually, and I'm going to take you through your top 3 things that you'd written down closer up here. I'm going to talk you through these, and we're going to work out what option would be best for you. Now, if you already know exactly what kit that you're wanting to get, you'll notice that there's a form here. So you've got the wholesale customer form and also the wellness agreement form. Now, the difference between those, if you're just wanting to be a customer at these stages to use the oils personally, you can start filling out this one as I come around. If you decide that you would really like to share the oils with others, you can start filling out this one, and I'll come around towards the end and help you finish that off. At this point, I would be passing around the Modern Essentials book, or if you've got the Emotions book, and handing those out, and maybe handing out some bliss balls. And then I would start coming around to everyone individually. Now, the first thing I do when I come, this part of the class is incredibly important. The first thing I do when I go around to everyone is I ask, hey, what was your favorite thing that you loved about today's class? And I just get them chatting. And then we go back to their top 3 things. And I just, they may say, sleep, I want to feel less tired, I want to feel less bloated, and I want to feel more energized and happy. So, there that if they're saying tired, you want to have some calming oils to help them get a better sleep at night, and also some uplifting oils to wake them up in the morning. So, your peppermint, your citrus to wake up, and your lavender and your frankincense to calm down, or your lavender peace to help with sleep. And, if they're wanting to feel more energized, you've got all those options as well. And I literally go through that with them, and then I say to them at the end, so based on sort of what you're looking at, you've got 2 options. You could either create a $35 membership and pick and choose to create a custom order. However, I do recommend that based on what's going on for you, that the Nature Solutions kit would be a fantastic option for you. And I go through the oils that would help. And, I look at their questions and how they rated themselves as well. So if they had really low, if they had a lot of toxins around the home, I would look at that. If they had, if they weren't getting enough sleep. So I kind of look at their numbers that they'd written down from the questions that I'd asked. I'd just really help them. And I'd say, based on what's going on for you, this would be a great kit to get started. You save a lot of money. Or, of course, you've got the Home Essentials kit, which has the top 10 essential oils and a free diffuser. Which one would resonate more with you? And I wait for them to answer. And I just guide them to what's going to be the best option for them. Sometimes people may say, oh, this is just a little bit much for me at the moment. You say, okay, well, fantastic. Well, we've also got the Family Essentials kit, which is also a great starter. You get your free membership, blah, blah, blah. What I find is if someone says, hey, I'm actually, I want to just get, say, frankincense and lavender. what I would then say to them is, you know, you could do that, but I'm actually going to work out with you how much that's going to be. And I actually add up the fact that it would cost $90 for the frankincense, $35 for the membership, and $27 for the lavender. And, you know, that's going to be almost as much as the Family Essentials kit. So I show that to them and I weigh it up for them. I don't ever put any pressure. I just give them the information so they can make an educated choice on what they would like. So yeah, so I keep it really simple. I make sure I go through to every single person. I try to go through everyone as quickly as possible. I try not to stay with one person for any long period of time. What I do is once I say to them which one would resonate with you more, and they say, oh, okay, I'm going to go with the Home Essentials kit, I say, okay, the only thing that I would recommend you getting is a fractionated coconut oil. Here's the form. How about you start filling in the form and I'll come back around. We just need your name, your email, your date of birth and phone and your address. You tick Home Essentials kit, add your coconut oil here, and then just sign with your details down the bottom, and I'll come back around and check that the forms are all okay. And then I just keep moving on to the next person. I keep it really quick, really simple, and I just find that that's just been an amazing way to go through that. So yeah, so I hope that you found this really helpful, but please, please, please make sure you ask the questions and you make sure you go to every single person individually, because it's just, if you got up at the end of the class and said, okay, thanks for coming, anyone come over to me if you're interested, I can guarantee you that nobody will come to you at the end. When I do one-on-ones, I still go through this. I still take them on the journey, because you've got to remember, when people come to you to first learn about the oils, they've never heard about oil. Well, they may have heard about essential oils, but a lot of them don't realize all the ways that you can use the oils. They just think that they're a hippie smelly thing that makes the house smell nice and that's it. So I still take them on a journey, very loosely and very, very casually. But I just find that that's just a beautiful way to do it. So I hope you found this really helpful, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.